Hello, this is Pendle from Sound Dust. Under very unusual circumstances, it's April the something of 2020. There's a pandemic. I'm at home in my funny little home studio in the living room with the noisiest laptop in the world. So I'm doing my best to avoid that noise coming through this microphone. It's a possibility. I apologize, but needs must. Hopefully we're all okay. These are strange times. And not wanting to be one to capitalize on such strangeness, I've made an instrument out of saxophones. Now, I know we all have a deep distrust of saxophones, but I think it can be all right this time. So, may I proudly present the SAXOMAPHONIUM, which is a combination of various reed-based things. Saxophones, a harmonium, one of those kind of hand-pumped ones, and a big kind of foot-pumped, kind of church-style pump organ as well. All, of course, pretty knackered, with lots of character. The saxophone's played by the fantastic Sally McCleary. After 3 days of honking, we needed a break, and fortunately that took place quite a while ago. So far in this lockdown, I've been dealing with saxophones, which is a joy, I can tell you. So, with no more further adoing, basics. We've got 6 articulations, 6 different sounds, and from left to right there's a left saxophone which you can pan any way you want, but I like to think you can do a stereo pair here, left and a right, but they've got their own controls as well, so you can do different things with them. They're different saxophones, so the left isn't the same as the right, so you've got kind of extra width. You can pan them to the center, and they're just 2 saxophones. We've got the tape saxophone, which is a saxophone recorded through a snare mic plugged directly into the bell of the saxophone, and then put through tape echo and various things just to kind of gnarl it up a bit, to give it a bit of texture and a bit of loveliness, or strangeness, or whatever you want to call it. Then we've got the honk, which is just the front end, like little staccatos. These is kind of slow building, looped. You've got loop control here as well. Slow building looped saxes, so they can go on endlessly. This is a short staccato that you can add to the start of a note, which is handy. This is the hand-pumped harmonium, which is BPM synced, so it pumps endlessly and in sync with your track as well. The pumps take about 3 bars. Well, they do take 3 bars, which seems to be the optimum pumping scenario for that particular organ. You might find that it sits in an interesting way in your tracks, but that's good. And then we've got the knackered old kind of bellows foot-pumped organ as well. Let's just hear them, shall we? So I'm going to turn all of them off. Laptop, I blame laptop. Okay, 1 saxophone. There's 6 layers, 6 velocity layers. You've got crazy looping. You've got sample start here, so you can go straight to an attack phase. I think they're quite nice like that, considering it's a saxophone. Then you can add another one. God, my mouse is playing up. Thank you. Add another one. Same thing. You've got the usual selection of controls. This is a bit like based on the engine of the Pendulonium, but tarted up, and the Pendulonium will also be tarted up very soon. So we've got pan, wobble, with speeds from 1/256th to 12 bars. So you've got a whole host of kind of different variations there. You've got the same with tremolo here, or volume. You turn it up there. So select your speed, depth. Obviously, that's all tempo synced. You've got filters here. You've got vibrato, which is a what is going on? Here we go. Which is a square wave and goes up an octave, so you can do crazy octave stuff. I do like the Michael Nyman kind of e-ness of this whole thing. It just kind of offers itself to this kind of crazy maximalism of things like the Draftsman's Contract. If you go lower, so you can do just subtle chorus, same thing, amount there, speed. You've got a huge selection, well, not huge, a good selection of convolution reverbs there. And then you've got delay send, which applies to this here. And that applies for all of these articulations. When you see a red dot, that means, oh, mouse, you've got a guitar pedal, which is adds a bit more beef and grist. That's volume there, by the way. That's the basics of the controls. So let's hear the sound. So you've heard the saxophones. Then there's the this one. It's quite nasal. It's good for adding underneath or using as its own. So you've got rampant Bs there, going crazy. Honk. Let's take that off. Just a good old. That's another 6 velocity layers. Oops. So it's kind of, it's sax-ish. Then we've got, oh, this is getting boring turning these on and off. Then you've got, let's put him in the center. Then you've got this, holding notes here. So bellows, there you go, there's your pumping. That'll go on forever. And that'll always stay in sync with your track. There's obviously going to be some splutters and what have you, but that's what we like. And then you've got the Big Daddy. Let's put him over here. Let's take some of the effects off. These are both recorded binaurally, so they've got a nice depth to them as well. That'll loop forever. And then you can put them all together. If you want to get rid of some of those, Control click will get you to a default situation, which is nice. There you go. So it's kind of saxophone-ish, but not quite a saxophone, unless, well, you could add that. But you can do quite good saxophone-y things as well. Let's take some of those delays and some of that off. What we've got here as well, which you didn't have on the original Pandalonium, are note jitter controls, and these work per sound. So they kind of separate the start points, which is more obvious if you do something like this. Hold on. I get a sequence going. So it goes from kind of being loose to just being badly played. Same with note jitter at the end. We've got velocity as well. It's quite handy for bringing in kind of slightly different emphases. And then for the very brave, goes bonkers. You've also got this new feature here, which is a whole selection of chord possibilities. Key, select a key, and a scale. What's going to happen now? Including some crazy scales, Messiaen scales. Probably not the best subject matter. But it's handy for creating things, and then you add in the note jitter. And you've got great stuff there. Effects, these are explained here, how the order of the effects, or you've got there you go, you've got all that, the RTFM as per normal. So the insert effects, it shows you how the kind of whole schemata works. Good use of the word schemata there. So we've got EQ, a rotor. It's quite nice having a rotor with a mix control. Another reverb here, which is great for just using completely wet. And then you've also got delay send as shown, and this is a reverb send, which is per here, and that just adds more reverb. I like a bit of more reverb. You can do some really great, oh yeah, Gubbins page. This is, you've got round robins. If you need them, you can add some interesting effects with that. And you can also, if you're doing the, let's just go back here. Let's make that a bit more. You can kind of do interesting things here as well. And build various curves. So you can really kind of build the response of what you want going on. And with the note jitter, it's kind of quite a powerful thing. So it's great for saxy things, but there's a whole load of snapshots, and there's probably more even by the time this comes out. You can do some great pads with this. I won't demonstrate now. That'll be in the demos, I think. Have I missed anything? I don't think I have. Thank you very much. I hope the noise of my laptop isn't too annoying, but not as annoying as being in a pandemic. I hope everyone is well and surviving. I'm not being glib. I apologise if I sound glib. It's really hard. It's driving me nuts, believe me. Anyway, I won't go on. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. See you the other side, hopefully very soon. Bye-bye.